So we're here for episode 4.
Yes, episode 4. Hello, welcome. Welcome back for the 3 people that have followed.
Consistently listened.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
appreciate it very much. You guys are the best.
we really do.
And then, so one of them, the people that listens, is my mother.
Yeah.
And she pointed out that in episode 2, as she was listening to it, she heard a cricket squeaking sound. And when I told her, I said, well, that's a campfire, like an outdoor campfire noise that Adrian put on the track to make it seem like we were outside telling spooky stories. It suddenly made sense to her why she was hearing that. So that will be in the second episode. You'll hear that outdoor campfire cricket bird noises. And then in the third one, which is releasing at midnight on the 18th of this month of August, he put a different campfire noise in there that's inside, right?
Yeah. So, what we're kind of going for here is us sitting around a campfire and telling scary stories. The classic, going out camping underneath the stars. And that's kind of what...
That's what the background is on the computer. We have ghost lights that sit or that hang on the wall. That's the ultimate thing. And then you pay attention to the thumbnail on Spotify.
Thumbnail. That was what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, the thumbnail is him and I sitting around a campfire telling a story, because that's where all scary stories should be told, is sitting around a campfire in the middle of nowhere where you could potentially die. So you'll hear the chirping one in the second episode, and then the non-chirping one will be in the third one. And then I'm not sure if he's going to do the same one for this episode or not, but if you hear that kind of changes, that's why. So, you're welcome. Oh, the dog has decided to come and visit us, everybody. She's here. She says, I'm here. You guys can pet me now. She didn't like being alone in the room, apparently.
Apparently not. No, she heard her humans talking in the other room and decided, let me go mess with all these wires.
Yeah, that's where she's trying to head.
Hey, get back.
We'll have to put a bed in here for her so she can lay down.
It's carpet. She can lay down anywhere.
No, she needs a bed.
Oh, okay.
She's spoiled rotten.
Yes, you do spoil the dog rotten.
Because he's so cute. He's just a baby. You can't go that way, dork. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
a little hectic in the studio today.
Well, this week has been a little hectic. Last week when we recorded, we spent the whole weekend cleaning our garage.
And we were so exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
So exhausted. So we attempted to do a recording.
And then did not like it at all, so deleted it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And re-recorded the next day. And that was when, see, we were still cranky that day because that was the boys' first day of school. And the oldest one decided to take 11 hours with school. And so we had our first day of school on Monday and then school the rest of the week.
And then trying to get back into the schedule of taking them to karate, kickboxing.
Yeah. And
doing all the extracurricular activities. And then I picked up a little side job.
Mm-hmm.
I did that, and that was brutal.
Well, yeah, that was. But, I mean, really, if we'd have been able to, it would have only taken us like 7 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours maybe to get everything done if we'd had everything all at once. But This week has been crazy. And then we worked yesterday on Saturday. And you spent the rest of the day yesterday editing the episode because the children did not want to cooperate with school. So I wasn't able to leave them for longer than 2 minutes. That's how long I can't leave them, because they will stop. I have a camera that I have in there when they're doing their school. If I have to go outside, or if I have to go fold clothes, or if I'm going to make dinner, I have to have the camera on there, because otherwise both of them, while they're watching their videos, they'll look away. They'll get up. The little one, he'll start twirling around the room. He'll start messing with the settings on his computer. So I couldn't help edit, which irritated me. But since you have everything set up on the cloud now, yeah. I can take my computer where they are, and I can just try to edit while I'm in there with them. So
yeah, so we're very busy individuals.
Yeah, to say all that to say we're busy. So
yeah, so you are basically teaching 2 grades.
Yes. 4th and 8th.
4th and 8th. Oh my goodness.
All subjects.
Yeah, all of it. Homeschooling. Oh, it's difficult.
It's fun. I love being homeschooled. I started homeschooling in 1st grade. And I have a 4th grade level. I was reading high school level stuff with the comprehension of a 9th or 10th grader in 4th grade.
Dang, so I'm not even certain that I could read at a high school level at this point.
I love to read.
Okay. Would you like to know a little bit about our stories today?
I'd like to know who you are.
Oh, hi. I'm Adrian,
Hi,
uh,
Adrian. I'm Kaylyn.
co-host.
You're a co-host?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're the co-host.
co-host.
Yeah, you're the co-host. I'm
You
the
are also the
host.
co-host.
No, I'm the host.
Oh, you're the host
I'm the
now.
host, yeah.
Okay.
So, you've
So
got some stories for me today.
yes, I do. I'm going with 3 stories today.
3 stories.
I'm
So,
doing it again.
you don't have a lot of longies.
No, not a lot of longies. I have 3 stories.
Okay. Are you trying to do a theme, or are these going to be kind of random like last week's?
These are going to be random.
Random. Okay.
Yes.
I am curious at what point you're going to tell me a haunted house story.
It's coming up. It's not this week. So I have a woman in white story.
Okay.
Yeah, very famous premonition or famous apparition.
Apparition. Okay. Have you seen the movie Premonition?
I have.
That's a great movie.
That is a good movie.
I love that movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. When did that come out? Like
oh, 09, I think maybe.
I was going 08. But I'm gonna trust your judgment on dates better than mine. You and your robot memory.
My robot memory apparently failed me this past week, though.
You did. You lost $20 to your dad.
I did.
So there's a glitch in the Matrix.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
We were both wrong.
What?
Premonition came out in 07.
07.
Maybe 09 is when I saw it, because I saw it first on TV.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Okay.
Anyway, Woman in White.
Yeah, so the first story is about a woman in white. Second story is about skinwalker sighting.
Ugh.
Yeah. And the third one is a possible Hatman sighting.
Oh, no, absolutely not. No. Nope.
We'll go into what all those things kind of are before the story.
Okay. And so these are all 3 separate things, and these aren't all 3 in the same story. Right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
If somebody saw all 3 of those things in the same night,
they would be in a mental institution.
That's just some bad luck going on in their lives.
Mental institution, guys. Okay. So you're giving me the Woman in White story first?
Yes, the Woman in White story.
And 2 of the 3 of these have been the bad guy villain of the week on Supernatural, have they not?
Yeah, it's hard to not cover stuff that's happened on Supernatural because Supernatural just kind of encompassed a lot.
Well, until you get to like season 5 when they kind of stopped having a Supernatural thing of the week and it just became Angels and Demons.
Oh, yeah.
It was not.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But they had a Woman in White.
Mm-hmm.
Because wasn't that like the first episode, Woman in White?
Yes, it was.
And then they had a Skinwalker at some point,
mm-hmm.
but they never had a Hat Man.
No, they never did have a Hat Man.
Is there a way to kill a Hat Man? So that'll be my questions when we get to that story.
Okay.
But anyway, Woman in White.
Woman in White.
Now, there's various stories of that, right? Like, every culture seems to have its own Woman in White.
Yes.
Because you've talked to me about that a little bit before.
Yes.
Okay.
Just about every culture does have a Woman in White. So the Woman in White is known through a lot of cultures. A lot of different cultures, all kind of seeing a spirit wander. In Mexican folklore, her name is La Llorona, the Weeping Woman. She is talked about a woman who drowned her children and now is condemned to wander freshwater sources, searching for them. She is sometimes depicted as a woman in white. Her story is often used to warn children against wandering near waters alone at night. European folklore usually revolves around a castle, having a white lady legend, often tied to tragic love stories or untimely death. They're all over the place. In Slavic folklore, a woman in white sometimes appears as a whirlwind and associated with sunstroke and madness. She often wanders the fields, questioning those working, and punishing those who couldn't answer or tried to avoid her questions, sometimes leading to illness or decapitation.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
You get decapitated just for not answering a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot.
All right, go for it. Please don't. Okay.
So the Woman in White is often linked to tragedy, lost, or just a ghost encounter. Often depicted as a spirit of vengeance. And in this case, let's go ahead and get to the story. Ready?
Bring it on. Let's go.
Okay. We'll call this story The Woman in White. Over the course of my childhood, I came to experience a lot of strange occurrences while living in my home. Things would go missing, only to be found later in a very strange place. Doors seemingly locked themselves during the night, footsteps being heard when no one else was home, faint voices being carried up through the old heating vents from the basement, etc., etc. The experience I would like to talk about is my most vivid one, and it has haunted me ever since it happened. I grew up in a relatively old colonial style brick house. What is now the kitchen was built in the late 1600s, originally a one room house, and the rest was added on in the mid 1700s. This property was originally owned by a couple who worked in Philadelphia, and it sits on an old farm estate in New Jersey, which was also home to the tribe of Native Americans before that. During those times, it was commonplace to be born and die in your own home. Maybe that is why there's so much energy tied to the house. One night, when I was 7, I had been fast asleep in my room when a nightmare woke me up in the middle of the night. It was pretty common for me at that age, and after some time, I would normally just fall back asleep. Because of the nature of the dream this time, I was pretty riled up and could not fall back asleep. I lay awake in my room, looking at all the shadowy areas, expecting to find something scary hiding. I remember doing a full scan of the room and finding, of course, nothing. But at some point, my eyes scanned towards the door again, which was wide open. I can't remember if I had previously closed it or not, but there was definitely nothing out of the ordinary during the first scan. It was then that I was confronted with a woman standing just outside the door, and she was just staring directly back at me with a completely blank expression. I didn't quite understand what was happening at that time. I knew something was definitely off about the woman, aside from the fact it was the middle of the night and there was a complete stranger standing in the dark in my doorway, looking directly at me. I remember staring back, almost in a frozen state of shock. I don't recall any movement whatsoever, actually, but I could make out all of her features clear as day. She was very pretty. Her dark hair was slightly longer than shoulder length and had slight waves at the bottom. She was wearing a long white nightgown. Cliché, I know, but it was what she was wearing. The longer she stared at me, the more afraid and confused I got. After a few seconds of this, I remember throwing the covers over my head and hiding while thinking over and over and over again, "Please go away. Please go away. Please go away." When I finally emerged from the sheets, to my relief, there was no one there. I don't know why I didn't call out to my mom, as I usually did when I would have a bad dream. I ended up falling back asleep and brought it up to my parents days later. I am 29, and to this day, when I go home to visit my parents, I still sleep with the door fully closed. That's it.
Poor little kid.
I know, right? She's just sleeping in her room. She's super brave for having her door open.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 32, and I don't remember any times where I have slept with the door open. Because it's just an innate fear of you being your most vulnerable, and a door open could signify anybody or anything can come in.
It's like pulling your blankets up because you think that's going to stop the bad guy from getting you.
2 safest places in the world are under your blankets or under your bed.
And that's interesting that it would be under your bed when you consider the boogeyman lives under your bed.
This is true. If something's chasing you, you go under the bed.
Except that's the first place everyone checks.
This is true.
So how safe is it really?
Little kid brain.
But see, we had our door cracked a little bit for the light in the hallway when we were a kid.
Yeah.
The door got closed.
But I think that's different though. I think because you have the door open, the light on.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah.
Like no spirit can defy a 60-watt bulb.
No, none whatsoever. Oh darn, the light's on. Come back tomorrow.
Guess we're gonna have to kill her another time, guys.
Yep. That's sad. Credit to whoever said that first, because I don't think it was you. No, I mean, that's sad though. Poor little 7-year-old, scared out of her ever-loving little mind.
I know.
But what was the point of that? If the woman in white is supposed to go wherever tragedy is.
Well, I think that one is more tied to like the European folklore of a woman haunting a castle or haunting a house. Some sort of tragedy happened there.
Well,
and she's tied to the estate.
I also thought that they wandered the streets, like they wandered along a lonely highway.
Different cultures.
Oh, okay.
They all see her somewhere. Some of them, like in Supernatural, they talk about a woman in white was a spirit of vengeance that would often haunt people who were unfaithful.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
Mm-hmm. And there's La Llorona.
She wanders on water.
Yeah, she wanders near water to make sure that kids don't drown.
Interesting, considering she drowned her own children.
Yeah, well, she's searching for her children, but
Did she drown?
that she
She
drowned.
forgot she drowned her children.
I mean, I don't know if she forgot. She probably forgot.
So there's one that by the water, she drowned her children.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the European one where she's around tragedy, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was part of a Sherlock thing as well, right? The TV show, the BBC version.
Oh yeah, with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Mm-hmm. With Martin Freeman, right?
I think that's his name.
He played John?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one where
we're gonna have to watch that episode.
I'm watching it in my head right now.
Listen here, robot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think there was the woman in white in that one.
Okay.
And well, she was kind of like a woman in white-ish, but she was haunting this estate.
Okay. Haunting.
The Slavic one where she just wandered around fields.
Yeah, which only going after the workers. That's strange, right?
So then here,
I wonder what the background is on that. I might have to look into that.
Yeah. Well, I know that they had to do they did a lot of farming over there. That was it's a big thing there, back in.
Only in Slavic culture was farming a big thing.
Well, no. I'm thinking back way far.
Okay.
Before America was discovered.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking back 1300s, 1400s, when they had all the wars and all that going on, and the peasants were the ones that were suffering and having to do all the farming and all the...
which could explain her hatred for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be some highfalutin, snooty booty royalty type person.
Ooh, I like that.
Wasn't getting the answers to things that she wanted, and why aren't you working faster, and why aren't you working harder, and where's the rest of this? I need this so that she can get her money or her taxes or whatever it was that she needed.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I thought when you originally said that, because I love history. I prefer American history, U.S. history, but last year I did a lot of world history studying, and I'm absolutely fascinated by Germany in the 1500s.
The world is just a fascinating place.
It is. So I'm curious as to why that one is specifically the fields, and if maybe that's why. Because of somebody in the, what were we trying to say last week? Aristocracy?
Yeah, I struggled hardcore with that word. Aristocracy.
Yeah, so if she
you know how often I have said that word since that recording?
Just so that you can make sure you're saying it correctly?
Yeah, just so in case I ever come across that word, aristocracy.
Yeah.
There was a good 20 seconds of me just fumbling over that word.
The word I was thinking of was nobility.
Nobility.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe this woman in white in the Slavic thing was of the nobility. And because reading some of you read in history, the women sometimes were
worse than the men.
Way meaner than the men.
They were. They really were. I've definitely read a lot of stories about the women being just 100% evil, just because she has that seat in power. No, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of men out there that were brutal.
Oh yeah.
But some of these women, they were just mean just to be mean. Like they would love to abuse their power. And again, guys too.
You don't even want to get into the discussing of going back and forth in Rome and Egypt and that whole back and forth with like Anthony and Cleopatra and all that. Before them, holy jumping Jehoshaphat. So I mean, the women were just as bad.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm trying to remember the name of the woman in Louisiana that tortured all of her slaves.
Oh.
I don't remember.
I don't know. There's another one in Jamaica.
Yeah, you told me about her.
Rose Hill.
Yes,
Rose Hill.
Was
that one that was called Rose Hill in Jamaica? You'd think I would know. I've been there.
I know, right?
I know which one you're talking about in Louisiana. You should definitely look that story up because I'd love to hear that one again. It's been a long time. So this one here, this woman in white just shows up in this doorway of this poor little 7-year-old girl's room.
Yeah, she just showed up there and just started staring at her.
Is that even like typical of your woman in white?
I don't know.
I mean, because to me, this little girl had nightmares all the time, right?
Yes. She would often call her mom to help her get through the night, which is a typical kid thing.
Oh, yeah.
So
then it makes me wonder, was she really even awake then? Because if she didn't call for her mom...
Oh, she said that she said here that she doesn't know why she didn't call.
Because maybe she was actually asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she thought she was awake.
A little sleep paralysis, maybe?
No, because sleep paralysis is when you are awake.
Yeah. Well, I'm
But
just saying, maybe.
maybe she thought she woke up,
Mm-hmm.
but she was still in her nightmare, saw this woman in white, and then when she really woke up in the morning, she was like, "That was weird. I thought that was a nightmare, but I don't think it was." But she really doesn't know because you're 7.
Yeah.
So maybe she really just dreamed it and didn't actually see a ghostly woman in white apparition just chilling in her doorway. That's what I think.
Okay. All right. It's overactive imagination of a kid.
Who has nightmares a lot?
Are you ready for story number 2?
Bring it on. Let's go.
Skinwalker stories often involve encounters with shape-shifting creatures, often described as having animalistic or human-like features that are associated with Navajo folklore. These stories frequently feature themes of mimicry, psychological torment, and a sense of unease and dread in the presence of these beings. Some popular stories include accounts of encounters with figures mimicking voices, stalking individuals, or leaving behind unsettling signs. And there's a lot of skinwalker stories out there. A lot of stories. So we're gonna go ahead and get jumped into it. It called for me.
Nope. I'm out.
I'm actually pretty proud of that title because this story didn't have a title. So
nope.
Actually,
yeah. Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
All right, here we go. I've always been a skeptic. Ghosts, aliens, monsters, they were all just stories to me. But after what I experienced in the Southwest, my perspective unknown has been forever altered. I was on a road trip with my best friend Jake. We had decided to take a tour through the Navajo Reservation in Arizona, mainly because of the scenic beauty and the rich history of the area. We had heard tales of skinwalkers, but we laughed them off. They were just myths, right? Our first day on the reservation was uneventful. We visited a few local spots, interacted with some of the locals, and set up camp near a canyon. As night fell, we sat around our campfire, sharing stories and enjoying the serenity of the desert. Around midnight, Jake decided to turn in, while I stayed up, mesmerized by the stars. The Milky Way stretched across the sky, and I felt a profound sense of peace. That is, until I heard it. A low, guttural growl echoed through the canyon. Froze, thinking it might be a coyote or a mountain lion, but then I heard a voice. It was distorted, as if someone was speaking through a broken radio, but it was unmistakably Jake's voice. Come here.
Oh, hell no.
Come here. It beckoned. Confused, I turned to our tent. Jake was sound asleep. The voice called out again, this time from the opposite direction. I grabbed a flashlight and shined it towards the source. What I saw will forever haunt me. Standing on the ridge was a figure. It looked like a man, but its limbs were elongated, and its eyes glowed a sickly yellow. It wore tattered clothes, and its skin was molted gray. But the most disturbing part was its face. It was Jake's face. I stumbled back, my heart racing. The creature mimicked Jake's voice again. Come here.
Yeah.
It took a step towards me, its movements jerky and unnatural. I bolted to the tent, shaking Jake awake. We need to go, now, I hissed. He looked at me confused, but the urgency in my voice spurred him into action. We packed up as quickly as we could, with the creature's voice echoing around us, mimicking our voices now, our laughter, our conversations from earlier. As we sped away in our car, I glanced in the rearview mirror. The creature stood in the middle of the road, watching us, its yellow eyes glowing in the darkness. We didn't stop driving until we reached the nearest town. We checked into a motel, and I spent the night researching skinwalkers. The legend said that they were witches who took the form of animals or people, using their voice to lure victims. I didn't know what we encountered that night, but I do know one thing. The stories are real. The Southwest is beautiful, but it holds secrets that are beyond comprehension, and I never set foot on the Navajo reservation again. To all of you reading this, I want everybody to know that some legends are rooted in truth, and some nightmares are very, very real.
No.
Did you like that one?
No, I did not.
That was a pretty good one.
No.
I rather enjoyed it.
That's creepy.
Right?
I mean, yeah, things happen there on those reservations.
Yeah. And so I've been looking into, upon talking about this podcast and looking into some stories, I have found a ridiculous amount of Native American folklore
Yeah.
that have some insane stories around. Yes, all different tribes all have something different,
Mhm.
and it is insane. Some of these encounter stories
Yeah.
that I found just all over the web.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah. I'm good.
What
No.
are your thoughts about that?
The story you just said,
Yeah, yeah. What are your stories? What are your thoughts on this story?
creepy as all get out.
I think this story was very well written.
It was. It was. Whoever wrote that, good job. It was very creepy.
Uh huh. I think it's more of a cryptid.
Yeah. It kind of gave off a little bit of those Rougarou vibes, a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Yeah.
Now, if we wanted to get full into my whole tearing it apart piece by piece and explaining it,
Be nice.
which I think people are probably going to get annoyed with me on, and then
I think it's mostly annoying if it's the same. Just they were a kid, they're drunk, they're high.
well, when those are the majority of the things that can fit into that, then yes.
Yes, that's a lot of scary stories though.
Yeah, but aren't yes, wolves and coyotes and things of that nature, they have what looks like yellow eyes, do they not?
Well, they have glowing eyes.
Yeah, which reflected off light.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say yellow though. I'm pretty sure most of them are brown.
Even when it's reflected off a flashlight?
Well, whenever it's off a flashlight, then it's glowing.
Yeah, that's what because she shined a flashlight on them, right?
Yeah.
So that's creepy.
That is creepy.
There's a logical explanation there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want me to be mean. So
I don't want you to be too mean because some of these stories, a lot of these stories, are either found on the web for use or they are somebody's
personal story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
And so I get permission from some of these people, or from a lot of these people that I have to get permission from. And so it's their own encounter.
Well, I hope that when you get their permission, you inform them that I don't believe in any of this, and
I give them a synopsis of the podcast.
My goal is to dismantle it because there's got to be a logical explanation for it. Now, the fact that you thought you saw your boyfriend or your husband's face or whoever that was with you, that you heard their voice and you saw their face, that's creepy as I'll get out.
I think skinwalkers are a big creep factor for me.
But I also have to wonder, could it have just been somebody who lived in that area that saw y'all there and were like, let's scare the ever-living daylights out of these people, and recorded your conversation and then played it back? And
well, if they're doing it with like a distorted voice of like, so a big creepy thing for me is whenever I see a movie and it revolves around some kind of entity, like a skinwalker, and then it uses your recordings, like it records you or just uses whatever it was listening with, and it uses that to study you.
Yeah.
And then you hear them attempting to use their voice.
It's like the movie Megan.
Oh yeah,
she did that.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Granted, she was a robot, so a little bit easier for a robot versus humans that are doing something like that.
Like the original Predator movie. At the end, he started laughing, just like they were earlier in the film. Like the Predator franchise, they've used that several times.
It tries to mimic the people.
Yeah, it shows them like they have the recording, and it shows them listening to it over and over and over again, or just over again, and they'll use it in some sense, like Predators with Adrian Brody and Danny Trejo.
Okay.
Where they killed Danny Trejo, and he's.
Oh, I'm not watching it now. That's just rude.
And they set him in a field with tall grass.
That's rude.
And they have him facing away from everybody, and he's just there. You can hear his voice just go, "Help me!"
Oh, wait a minute! I have seen that. I do remember that. Okay.
And turns out there's traps all in the grass.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they shoot him to put him out of his misery. As they're walking away, then you just hear, "Help me."
Well, yeah, but that's science fiction. That's not real.
Yeah, but it's that concept that is just so creepy.
Well, I mean, if you want to go the realistic route, it could have been some people that lived there, just wanted to scare the ever-living daylights out of people camping.
Okay.
I mean,
what the elongated arms? That was what.
Maybe they built that.
Skin.
Maybe they built it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if
But also,
He didn't say that he saw it moving or anything. He just said it was on the edge of the ridge. He could see it with pale skin,
yeah.
elongated arms, and his friend's face.
I mean, you're out there. Obviously, it took them a while to get there because they said they drove for a while to get to a town.
Mm-hmm.
So you're out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And even me, the giant skeptic that I am, if I'm out somewhere in the middle of nowhere, your brain is going to play tricks on you. You're going to think you see things. So maybe there was a wolf out there, or a coyote, or something else.
Okay.
And then, or there were some teenagers on the reservation that were like, let's have some fun today, guys. And just decided to scare the ever living daylights out of whoever was there. Props, though. I didn't say anybody was drunk or high. Okay?
Yeah, look at you.
See? I could have.
I call that growth.
Yeah. Still not real.
Okay, all right. So that was creepy.
It was a very creepy story.
I really liked it.
And see, it was because I don't believe in any of it, but I do like scary stories.
Yes.
We heard a fabulous scary story the other day.
Yeah, where we were just staring at each other and just like, what?
Yeah, we missed part of it, like a super scary part of it, and heard the last half of it, and you're like, rewind that. We need to hear that.
Yeah.
And then it was dark outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we were in an airplane hangar.
Wow, and you work in an airport.
I know. I fumbled on that one. My bad. So we were in this hangar, and it's dark out. It's getting pretty late, and airplane hangars are creepy.
Yes,
they are inherently creepy, no matter how new, and no matter how old. Because the one that we were in is fairly new. That was built probably within the last 15 years.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of keeping it.
Yes, it is a beautiful hangar, but at night,
creepy as all get out.
Creepy.
Well, then it didn't help. At one point, an airport truck drove by, but he wasn't. He was closer to the hangar.
Yeah.
And then he went by, and we had part of the hangar door open, and we had the speaker, and it was loud, and there were no airplanes taking off at that time.
Yeah.
And so, I think the driver had the window down, and where they were driving, there was no road anymore. Like because where the next hangar was, there was no road there.
Yeah, it was a grass and it was a drop off.
Yeah, so I don't know where he went.
No, he just disappeared.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I heard noise on the other side of the hangar door where we couldn't see.
Yeah.
On the ramp, and I was like, "That's so creepy. I don't like this." And then you hear the story, and the person telling the story, the voice got really deep, and you're like, no, we need to go home now.
Eventually, I'll learn how to edit and distort voices, all that.
Yeah, I think that one had some, but either way, it was creepy. The story was super creepy, but then being out there at night, even though I don't believe in any of that, still hearing that creepy story, and then you're seeing things happening out there.
Yeah.
And just you're hearing the wind rock the hangar door.
Oh yeah.
And then the airplanes take off, and then they land, and I mean, it was. So I think you're gonna hear creepy things.
Oh yeah, my one of my scariest encounters in a hangar was whenever I first started in aviation, and I was in this hangar that was built in like the 60s, super old, and I worked second shift. And so I was there until I think I got off at like 3 a.m. And it was Halloween and everybody left. There's only like 4 of us on the crew. There's only 4 of us on the crew, and it was 2 people called in sick, and that was me and my lead. And then my lead was like, "Hey, I came in 30 minutes early. I'm leaving." And he kind of sat around with me and talked for a little bit off the clock, but I was still on the clock, and we were just kind of sitting around, and he's like, "Okay, well, there's 15 minutes left. I'm leaving." So he took off, and he shut off all the lights, so that way I didn't have to. I could just clock out and leave, because I didn't know all the lockout procedures. And I had to sit in that hangar pretty much in the dark for 15 minutes on Halloween at almost 3 a.m. And it was so incredibly scary. Because it like that whole hangar just creaked, and it swayed in the wind. And you hear something fall, and you're like, nobody else is here. Yeah. And it's just inherently creepy. Ready for the third one? The Hat Man is a figure associated with shadow people, and is often described as a dark, featureless silhouette wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a long coat. He's commonly linked to sleep paralysis, where individuals experience hallucinations while falling asleep or waking. While some interpret him as a supernatural entity or a demonic figure, others see him as a manifestation of subconscious fears or a product of sleep paralysis. The Hat Man is a very specific type of shadow person, a general category of entities believed to inhabit the periphery of your own vision and often associated with paranormal experiences. You often commonly seen in bedrooms, doorways, or corners of room during sleep paralysis.
So this dude just shows up in your house.
Yes.
Scares the bejeebies out of you while you're trying to sleep.
Yes.
Sounds like a delight.
And there's also different variations of Hat Man that I've read about, and he's called the Traveler, where you see him on the side of the road. You see him for a split second, you look in your rear view, and he's gone.
This is why your parents say don't pick up hitchhikers.
This is
Because
true.
of this dude right here.
Alright, so you ready for it?
Let's go. Bring it on.
Okay, title in this Reddit forum is My Hat Man Experience. My guy had a handful of boxes.
And so this one was actually somebody's...
Yeah.
Was that other one somebody's personal story as well?
No.
From Reddit?
No.
Okay, is this the one that the guy was like, oh yeah, I'll listen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be nice.
Thank you. This comes from Mr. Boggs off Reddit. I've never posted anything like this before, but I've been sitting with this experience for a long time, and I think it's time to share. I'm wondering if anyone else has had something even remotely similar. This happened around 2003, give or take a year. I was probably a freshman in high school, or maybe 14 or 15 years old. That makes it about 22 years ago, and I've never forgotten it. I woke up in the middle of the night to see a figure standing in my room, not under, but next to my closet door. I didn't know what it was at the time, but now I realize it fits the description of the Hat Man. Tall, dark presence, wearing a wide-brimmed hat, but this encounter has one very strange detail they have never seen anyone else describe. He was holding boxes. They looked like board game boxes. Flat, rectangular, maybe 8 or 10 of them. Stacked up and held like a pizza delivery. I couldn't see his hands, but the way his arms were positioned made it clear that he was carrying them. I could still see his tall, dark structure and the outline of his hat, but his face and eyes were completely hidden behind the stack of boxes. He didn't speak to me with words, but I could feel what he was asking. He wanted me to open my bedroom door, the one that led out into the hallway. That's it. Just open the door. His energy didn't feel evil or threatening, just like somebody quietly asking for help because their hands are full. As I got out of bed, I turned my back to him and then opened the door. I waited maybe 5 seconds. I didn't see him leave, but the energy shift happened, and I felt it was time to shut the door, as if he had walked out of my room. That's when the fear hit. As soon as I shut the door and got back into bed, I freaked out. I realized I just helped something, some kind of entity, exit my room. Not aggressively, not with drama, just like I was opening the door for a stranger at a store. I hid under my covers and turned to face the wall. I didn't want to look at the room again. I have never heard of the Hat Man until years later, but when I did, it clicked, and I've still never seen anyone describe him carrying boxes or being non-threatening and requesting help. That's it.
So the Hat Man is traditionally more aggressive.
No, he's just a presence. That's what I've read from probably today alone. I have read probably about 30 different Hat Man stories because I wanted to tell a Hat Man story.
Okay, is he typically like more? I mean, because unless I'm hearing things, he wasn't like malicious or anything, but typically is malicious or scary.
Yeah, just more scary. I think it's just his presence that's there. He's just a figure looming.
A black shadowy figure.
Yeah, a black shadowy figure looming in the corner or looming in the hallway.
This dude's just trying to do a job, man.
He's delivering.
He's delivering pizza boxes and board games.
He's coming from the closet, trying to get into the hallway.
Yeah.
And just
you helped him. Another.
I mean, I feel like the Hat Man should have tipped this guy.
Probably. The tip to me though would be he doesn't come back.
Oh, that's fair. That's know what? And I think he did pay that tip.
I hope so, because that would be frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did he see this shadowy figure at night, right?
He saw him at night, yes. He was asleep.
Are all of these stories seen at night?
Yes, so as I said in the beginning, most Hat Man encounters are usually coincide with sleep paralysis.
Okay, so we're presuming this guy did not have any lights on, nothing. How in the dark of the night are you seeing this shadowy creature? How are you seeing this?
Unless it's like 100% moonless night and he doesn't have an alarm clock that glows in the dark, or he doesn't have his TV on.
I would be very interested to ask this guy questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm curious as to how you saw him, like how much light was in your room, and then
I can send him a message after this and
because I'm curious
get a little bit more, because it is interesting. I didn't think about that, just how dark it was.
Yeah.
In his room.
Because I mean, I was sitting on the couch the other night.
Mm-hmm.
My chair was sitting at the end of the couch, and I'm sitting there, and all the lights are off, but I'm watching something on TV, and out of the corner of my eye, I see the chair, and for a second there, it looked like somebody's shoulder, and it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
But I had light.
Yes.
So I'm curious, if I didn't have light, or enough light to see, would I have been able to really tell that that was there?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually, even if you have some small bit of light, you still have to be up close to see things that are different.
That's coming from curious. Like a pitch black, like there's no moon in the sky whatsoever, or maybe it's cloudy,
mm-hmm.
and you have nothing electronic that will cast any kind of shadow or any just semblance of light, and you can't even see your hand in front of your face. So I mean, most times if I wake up in the middle of the night and the TV's off,
he's just a ghost pizza delivery boy. That's what he is.
I can look around the room and I could see pretty much everything.
Unless you don't have your glasses on, then you can't see anything.
I'm not that blind.
Sure. You and my mother.
But I can see stuff around the room.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm looking around and you can kind of get like a semblance of what's there, and then you look off to the corner and then you see something that you don't usually see.
I turn the light on real quick.
Well, that's whenever I think that's what causes some sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I think sleep paralysis is real. I thankfully have never
another sliver
been to, no, my sister has sleep paralysis. She has been paralyzed in her sleep. She couldn't breathe at one point. But I have never experienced that, and I'm super excited about that.
I have. I've experienced sleep paralysis. It only happened once.
Mm-hmm.
That's whenever I was living with my mom. I was asleep, and I just, for some reason, 3 a.m, woke up. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Was this in Lake Worth or?
Lake Worth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I remember waking up.
3 a.m?
Yeah.
That's the witching hour.
That is the witching hour. Good for you.
Oh, no.
And so I just woke up, and I couldn't move my head. I was laying on my side, and I remember I saw my alarm clock, and it showed me 3 a.m. And then I was just kind of looking around with my eyes. I couldn't move. It felt like a heavy presence was in there.
Mm-mm.
And then I looked over as far as I could to the door.
Mm-mm.
And then I just see something there.
Nope.
And it was terrifying.
I think I'd be more terrified that I couldn't move than I would be that I thought I saw something.
Well, it's the combination of both.
Mm-mm.
It's
no,
you can't move, and then something's with you. It's just so incredibly unnerving.
I'm just happy it's never happened to me. But I'm curious as to how much light there was.
Because he had enough to see.
Yeah.
That he was holding boxes, and that he was in his closet,
just chilling, just
like
there. A villain,
just there. And then I think I found it kind of funny. He's like, okay, and then I got up and I went and I opened the door without him saying a word, and in my head, it's just like, okay, let me open the door for you.
I didn't like that he turned his back to him.
Like,
that was a little...
That.
I was like, dude, are you going to be okay?
Yeah, that was the part that caused the biggest shiver down my spine. Because it was...
Back, sir.
Yeah, it was...
Creepy,
okay, so this creepy man is in your closet, and then you turn your back to him.
So I feel like it's when you turn all the lights off in your house and you're going to your room.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, the bad guy's chasing you, so you have to run.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing, like, Mach 5 back to the bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm hauling ass.
But you can't walk with your back to your door, because then whatever was chasing you was somehow magically ended up in your room.
And you're going to walk backwards into him.
Yeah, no.
And then dead.
Yeah, not about that life.
No, I'm not.
No, but I have have questions about this. I'm fascinated because I do think it's different when you're hearing a story that you may not know who the author is and you've not actually been able to speak to the author.
In this case, we do.
In this one, it's like, I have so many questions for you, sir. Would you be willing to answer some questions?
He did ask for me to tell him when it was up. So
Okay.
hopefully he reaches out and he says hi and lets me know what he thinks.
Hopefully he doesn't think I was mean to his story.
I didn't feel like you came off mean at all.
No,
on that one.
I'm fascinated by it because it's kind of like when I say to you and the things you think you have seen on the ranch.
Uh-huh.
I believe that you believe you saw them, but I don't believe that they are real.
Okay.
So it's not about, it's not disrespect. It's each one of us has our own opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
I just happen to not agree with yours.
Shadow people, I believe in. Ghosts, premonitions, demons. I believe in a lot of things.
Deja vu.
Deja vu, yep.
Premonition
I've definitely had that.
07.
I've definitely had deja vu. I just always get freaked out whenever I'm like, whoa.
I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, it's a weird little phenomenon. Now, do you say phenomena or phenomenon?
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon?
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do.
Yes. Which never played in my head until after I met you. Freaking weirdo.
Yep. Happy to deliver earworms across the nation.
Well, that's going to be interesting to see if he can, or if he's willing to answer any more questions on the overall situation.
So do we give it a week and let him listen and then for him to reach out, or we reach out?
Why don't you reach out?
I can reach out. I just didn't know what you wanted. I didn't know if you wanted like the delayed gratification of asking these questions or if you want to know them now.
Well, no, because if you ask him now and he gives you answers, then we can give an update on the next episode or two about what he says.
Yeah.
Because I am truly fascinated to actually be able to hear from somebody who...
I tell you ghost stories that happen to me and you just like, okay.
But you also make so much stuff up in your life that I can't trust that you're actually telling me the truth. So, I mean, half the time I'm like, is that even real? Nope, that's not real. Okay, I didn't think so.
It's all real.
No, you're such a rabbit trail down the rabbit hole. The youngest one just read down the rabbit hole, part of his reading class, and that's what you are. You just go down that rabbit hole, and you see things like bookshelves and little bottles of green liquid that say "Drink Me," and that you are that person when it comes to a lot. So
I think I'm a decent storyteller.
You are because you like the bullshit.
I'm trying to get better at story reading though. That's where I seem to have some.
And if I could proof them for you, I would be able to catch, because you said several times that you didn't finish typing a sentence or the sentence had the wrong word.
Yeah.
And if I could proofread them for you, I could fix that because that's my jam.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't let me.
No, I will not.
And you won't let my mom. Well, no, you would let my mom. My mom doesn't want to because she wants to hear the stories.
Yeah.
When the episode airs.
I'll find somebody. Well, we'll get there. But
you could just put it into like Grammarly or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And Grammarly would tell you, it'll give you the basics because it's just the basic one, but it'll tell you if the sentence could be written another way to make it simpler or more correct with punctuation and all that.
Yeah.
So could try that.
Okay. You know, I'm thinking about telling one of my stories next time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I've...
You should call your sister to get like her word for word experience with the same thing. And that way...
I can do like a cross, like where I get word for word from her and then throw in what I remember as well.
Yeah, because you have your side, but then I think there could be some that you're not remembering from when that happened at the age you were, that your sister remembers because it happened directly to her, that she could tell you that may fill in gaps that you don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't last time I told her about it.
She didn't or did?
Did.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, talk to your sister. She could probably give you some more side
to
that story.
Yeah, okay.
And call your dad.
Yeah, I need to.
And he can tell you if there's been any more encounters.
Oh, yeah. I have quite a few. I have the bike incident, The Woman in White, My Own Encounter.
Yeah, Brandon. It was Brandon who
It was
said something.
Brandon.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he said something about that.
Yeah.
Too.
The Woman in White Encounter, the Hanging Lady.
What?
Yeah. The Hanging
Okay.
Lady and the Demon.
Okay. All right.
Okay, well, I think that about covers it today.
Yeah, it's been a long one.
It was. It was a long one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the stories today very much so, and I enjoyed the banter.
I'm probably gonna warn people like the next episode and just tell them, hey, listen, I'm blunt. There's the disclaimer.
There it is. There's the warning.
I'm
Got
not
it.
saying you guys are lying.
A whole week.
I'm
week
just
early.
saying I don't believe you. No.
Okay.
I don't know how to not. I don't beat around the bush, so I don't know how to fill it with fluffiness, to make it like that. It's not. I'm not a sugar pill. I
gotcha.
am the horse pill of amoxicillin that says take it and suck it up, cupcake.
Okay.
So.
All right. So you feeling good about this episode?
Yeah. You have to ask me the question.
All right. So, Kaylyn, my dear,
I
have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you believe?
No.
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 Okay.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Okay, a little bit of hope. We're going at this with some more positivity next time. All right. Well, it was a pleasure to have you on.
A pleasure to have me on. I'm always here. I'm always on.
Exactly. So it's just a never-ending pleasure.
Okay. Well, episode 4. All done.
4.
I can't wait for us to do something fun for Halloween.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
We could do a Halloween spectacular.
So if anybody who knows us, or even those who don't know us, you should send us some ideas of what you think we could do for Halloween.
Yeah, reaching out.
Or if you have your own spooky story that you want Adrian to do to try to convince me, you can give that to him too. Especially if you know us and you have our cell phone numbers, you can text it to him. Don't text it to me because he'll get mad if I read it.
And we are currently working on creating a Facebook page and a Instagram.
Yes, shout out to my sister who's going to help me do all that.
Yes, gotta love Cassidy.
She's the best.
So that way there can be more ways to branch out.
Yes, to communicate with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're so fancy.
So fancy. Moving on up in the world.
Episode 4 is complete. It's in the books.
It's in the books.
I still don't believe. You can try next time.
All right. Until next time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.